And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we return. We return with the lower bracket semifinals. We are almost at the final series of the broadcast of the qualifier, but we are not quite there yet. We have to determine which of these two players will face off against Trifax. Trifax, yes, he just went down to Pappy, but that was a upper bracket match. That was a qualifying match, which means he had another life. He had another life. He is waiting for the winner of this series, and spawning in the top right-hand corner here of Tokamak, we have the Hungarian Protoss player. We have the purple Protoss representing himself, currently teamless. It is Nihed. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish player, the red Terran Polish player. It is Angry. He's very angry, Pappy. Yeah. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will win this best of 3. We're jumping in mid-series. We're jumping into the tail end of this matchup. It is the ace match. This is the ace match here. Regardless of how this goes, one way or another, we will have our final player to make it through to face off against Trifax, who's going to be a Protoss or a Terran. Let's go. Let us go. Again, we haven't really been able to see and feature too much Terran here in today's brackets. Terran is a bit of a rarer sight, I would say, in the Polish scene. Yes, we have Spirits. We have Spirit. We have Angry, we have Mishu, but we don't really have much else. We don't really have many other top Terran players in the Polish scene. It's mainly Protoss dominated. A lot of Protoss in Poland. For now, though, economic opener, reactive span, CC on the high ground out of Angry. Meanwhile, we just see, a 2-gate opener out of Nihed. This you do not often see. So delayed expansion, very aggressive start here from our purple Protoss. Curious. As Angry setting up. And we can see Nihed scouting for a proxy. Again, we don't really know what happened in Game 1 and Game 2. It's possible that maybe Angry was cheesing, was proxying, and did catch Nihed with his pants down. It is possible. Tech Lab is on the way. We'll see if it's for an add-on swap into Cyclone production. This might be into Cyclones. So we out poking out. We're going for the armory. Wait, what? Sorry. So it was an add-on swap into Cyclone, which is normal. I would say this is relatively standard here from the side of Angry. Stalkers, they poke away here at the Tech Lab. We have more Stalkers behind this on the way as well. Remember, it was a 2-gate opener, so we have 4 and then 6 Stalkers. This might just end the game. I say that the Cyclone should be enough to deter, should be enough to delay. But again, this is just a lot of Stalkers early on. Lock-on gets broken. Stalkers, they poke in. Lock-on broken once again. Ooh, going for the Cyclone. Gets a volley off. One volley goes off. Meanwhile, the lock-on, takes out a Stalker. 3 Stalkers remaining, but soon to be up to 5. Again, the Stalker count is getting higher. We have Widowmines behind this. Again, the armory is crazy. Going for Drilling Claws, I would imagine. Ooh, takes out another Stalker. Another Stalker goes down, but the Cyclone barely survives. And with the help of these Widowmines, yeah, he's going for Drilling Claws. Let's go. This is a crazy build. Now, the goal here is to rush into Drilling Claws and go for a committed mine drop. Unfortunately, because of all this aggression, the starport is late. It's a late starport. It's a delayed drop here from Angry, so the build itself is a little bit weaker than it should be. Meanwhile, Nihed is going to be going for his own natural, but a later expand. Again, it is later because of the 2-gate opener. So delayed nexus out of Nihed. Angry is setting up. Getting into bio, not mech. We have the Bay on the way here for Nihed as well. Going for the Bay. Oh. Catching out a hallucination. Letting his own natural. So that hallucination does confirm. I mean, does get eyes on all the Raxes. Would you have the mind drop moving out? I believe Nihed should have seen the armor. Yeah, he saw the armor. He's aware. Like, again, armory this early on screams with a mind drop. Screams drilling claws. But despite that, okay, there's an observer. There's one observer here outside of the main base, but the drop is coming in towards a natural. Observer is out of position. Uh-oh. And probes are going to go down. Here come the mines. They will drop in. One of the natural, one in the main. And probes are going to be going down. Getting 2 so far. The observer has yet to move. Doesn't realize what's going on. Yo, we got to move the observer. Uh-oh. Nihed does not realize. Okay, he does. Whew, okay. Does reposition. Should be headed for the natural base. Yeah, there we go. Is moving over. We'll get it just in time and we'll clean this up. Takes down one. Now going for the other. Oh, but this shot is going to go off. We'll connect. Oh my god, the probes they stacked. Yeah, the probes they did stack in the last second. 5 probes go down. Bit of a just like chaotic reaction there from Nihed. And now the dust settles, and where exactly are we here? Okay, so on the one hand, Angry his natural's late, right? Remember, he was contained on one base, he was fighting for his life, and he eventually does expand. He eventually breaks out on 2 bases. He's going for a 3rd CC, he's building up into a longer game state. At the same time, he also gets more damage done across the map. 7 probes, not bad. Not bad at all. Nihed working towards Colossus, moving out across the map. And we'll see if Angry can shut him down. Let's go. Happy, I'm #1 fan. T. Pappy, that's my kid's nickname. My nickname from childhood, I think. Yeah. Ah. We can all bond over Pappy. Just seeing in the chat. In the YouTube chat, I should say. Hey, made it through. As Angry does move out. Does push across the map. Meanwhile, he is spotted. And we just see Nihed someone in position. I mean, he has his Colossus. He has sentries. He has force fields. Oh, Angry. He does not back down. He's boosting in. Doesn't load. And does siege within range. I believe he should be within range of the Nexus. Just barely. And Nexus is under fire. Taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. We don't want to waste those Marauders though, as they're taking quite a lot of hits, but he's going for the base. He wants it. Yeah, he does want it. Tank shots going off, shuts out the Stalkers. And Nihed will lose just too much here. As he will lose the Stalkers, but he will maintain the Colossus though. Yeah, he's holding. Yeah, he's holding on. He shuts down the army, and the base survives just barely. Oh my god, one more volley would have been enough. And that may have been worth it, but with that, oh, Angry loses far too much here. He overextends, he overcommits. He gets one Colossus, he trades with the Stalkers, but he does not get the Nexus. Again, one more volley with those Marauders would have been enough there. And with that, Nihed takes a lead. Again, that was 4 tanks. That was 4 tanks going down. That was 4 Marauders. Now here comes a counterattack, and Angry, he's vulnerable. He's exposed. Now, I'm not too fond of the idea of pushing out without a Warp Prison. There is no prison with the main army. No way to reinforce, no way to juggle back. Risky maneuver here from Nihed, but he's pushing nonetheless. I mean, there's nothing to stop him. Yeah, there's just nothing here. A couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders, 2 Vikings. Doesn't want to waste too much DPS on the CC, and does want to try to zone back the army. Base is getting low. Vikings trying to push in. There are now 5 Vikings. Vikings are built up. Nihed does pull away. Pulls away, going for another warp in. Mine shots going off, teasing connections. And the base once again getting low. Vikings, they do go for the Colossus. Decent juggling. And not bad. Yeah, not bad, but Colossus a little bit too far behind. Going for the mineral line. They get a handful of SCVs. But there's still so many Vikings here. And there's not enough anti-air. Vikings, they pop off. They get one. Colossus, they get one. They're going for two. Don't quite get it. Angry pulls away. Does save his mineral line. Does save the expansion. Does survive. Angry does survive. He doesn't get the Colossus. That was close. They're so very low. One more volley each would have been enough. But doesn't get them. With that, Nihed, he pulls away, getting his own fourth base up and running. Nihed, he has a better economy. So far, at least. He's building back up. And again, Angry's still recovering from losing all those tanks earlier. Like, his defensive position here is still that much weaker. Did almost take the fight, but almost. Nihed does rotate between the bases. Zelt's moving in. Going to collapse on the army. Catching out 2 Widow Mines. But this army still feels quite fragile. Especially now that EMPs have arrived. Ooh, the storm's going to be coming in. Brutal storms. Storms, they pop up. Not bad. Takes down 1, takes down 2 Colossus. 1 Colossus left. And the Colossus is on his own. And with that Angry, he will take the fight. He will clean everything up. Takes down the Stalkers, the Immortals, the Colossus as well. There's no escaping. And Nihed will lose everything. Does get 11 SCVs, but that was a better fight for the Terran. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. On the one hand, better fight for the Terran, true, 100%. He killed all the Colossus, killed everything. At the same time, though, Nihed does have the better economy, does have a higher base count, and does have 70 probes. So he can afford to have some worse fights. He can replace, he can replenish, but it will take a long time. Again, only one robo. Only one robo, so you can only make 1 Colossus at a time, so it takes a long time to rebuild. Second robo just now begins. There's going to be a window in time where Angry could try to abuse Nihed before the Colossus count gets up. Before it builds up. So when there are 1 or 2 Colossus, we could see Angry push out. Before Nihed stabilizes. That's a big if there. Is building up. Fez does move out. See Angry trying to keep up. Does have plenty of EMPs. Basically pushing into a Disruptor and a Storm. Again, there's not really much anti here. There's 1 Knight Templar, 1 Disruptor, 2 Colossus. Angry can still take a fight, and again, Angry's going to be the first to max out. Robos are getting up and running. And Nihed is stabilizing, both armies are maxing out. We mention this all the time, but hey, welcome to Tokamak. You can max out, and you can take all these bases a little bit easier here. It is more difficult to rotate and try to break a 4th, but Nihed is trying. Is checking for a 5th base. True. Like when Angry takes a 5th, which is already taken here for Nihed, when he does take one, Nihed can try to push in, can try to abuse, can try to break the Terran. Nitro goes up. Nitro does connect. Storm does zone. Zone away. Trying some mining. I mean, the armies are still maxed. And Angry's working towards Liberators. Nihed trying to find a way in. Angry looking for a better angle. Does look for it. And he may have just found he just found it. Oh, moving in. Just now found it here, takes down the Disruptor, chasing back the Colossus, and all Colossus are about to go down. Yeah, if we did continue to chase, gets almost both. Look how low they are, that's crazy. that's a 1 HP Colossus, 1 HP. The other's at 10, and the other at 250. Jesus. They're so very low. One more Viking shot would have been enough. They barely survive. Angry still has yet to expand. Now, keeping them alive is almost a better thing because both armies are maxed, but I mean, they're basically dead supply. As they should be the first things to go down. Alright, it's dealt with. The Disruptors are going to be an issue there. Now we've built up to 3 Disruptors. They have potential. Alright, shots are going up. Nice EMP. There's a crazy army. Meanwhile, all the Colossus, they go down. Yeah, gets 1, gets 2, gets all 3. 3 Colossus do fall. Does avoid the Nova, nice target firing, and once again Angry takes a better fight. He takes a better fight, he overwhelms, takes down the Colossus, the Disruptors, he can keep going. He can't keep stimming, nice force fields buying some time. And Disruptors, they barely do get away, but again, that was a better fight for the Terran. He needs a 5th, he needs to expand. Where are the bases? Again, you can see he's running out of money. He's running out of just patches here to mine from. Like, these are better fights for Angry, but he does not have a bank. Nova goes off, no major connection. There's 1 Nova left. Up! Doesn't connect either. That was the only Nova. What's left behind this? There's a Colossus on the way. He's got a sorry, he's making 2 at a time. 3rd Rover's on the way as well. Chargers take a lapse in. That's Ults on their own. They're doing well. And a rough fight here for Angry. Rough fight against the Mass Zealot. Yeah, bleeding out a lot of units, a lot of supply. Zealots are pretty good. Pretty good here. Once again, Angry, he needs those Liberators. Well, really more than anything, he needs a base. Like, again, he has no bank. He has no money. What's killing him here is not really the main fights that are occurring, it's the lack of expansion. He needs at least the gold. He's going to expand on the right, but there's already a DT in position. This is too late. Nihed mass expanding, taking every other expansion. DT popping off, getting free SCV kills. And Nihed he may have just done it. He may have just done it here. Again, just purely starving Angry out. Again, Angry, he's had better fights, 100%. He's had just better engagements, better fights. But without an economy, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. He needs these bases. And Brutal Novas are going off. Nihed rallying in. Does rally in, does rally forward. Once again, Angry kiting back. As Nervous are connecting, and you can see Angry's army just getting smaller and smaller. He just can't afford to replace it. He cannot afford it. He's broke. He's broke, Pat. He now gets a 5th base, but it's not even fully saturated. Again, it's just so late. Yeah, it's so incredibly late here. Nervous are going off. He sims on in. Doesn't quite break through. And with that, GG gets called. Nihed, he will claim the series 2-1. He will advance on to the qualifying match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, Nihed, he will claim the series again. A strong, or I would say, a strong showing out of Angry. Like, it was a back and forth. It was a very intense game, a very intense series. But as we mentioned, Angry, he took so long to take a 5th base. So even though he was taking better fights, he was catching out the Colossus, catching out the Disruptors, catching out the main army multiple times throughout that game. It was very impressive the way that he was able to take those fights. In the end, it did not matter. In the end, he just ran out of steam, ran out of money. He had no 5th base, he had no income, he had no economy, he had just so much oversaturation at his bases. He was not mining efficiently despite having a decent worker count, and he just was, again, overwhelmed over time. Just over time, he was just whittled away at. He had no bank, he had no army, had no supply. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into the final series of the broadcast. The final qualifying match is going to be a best of 5 between Thrifax and Nihed. Let's go.